Hi, my name is Danielle Lissow. This is Bio 240 Week 2, and this is my dissection video. So we're dissecting a sheep heart today. Over in this video, I used my iPad to record it, and this is my voiceover. So I start with the sheep heart. I'm trying to locate the front and the back, the anterior and posterior sides of them. It's a little bit difficult because in the packaging it got a little bit smushed, so it's hard to tell what's the aorta, and there was no signs of the superior vena cava, there was no signs of the pulmonary veins, but I did end up figuring it out. So I'm making an incision along the left side of the heart, which is actually on my right side. It's opposite for the anatomical position, but I am making a cut here, and it's a little bit difficult. There's a lot of muscle on this side of the heart, so it does take me a second to get into it. Sorry, my cat is going crazy. So yeah, like I said, it takes about 3 or 4 tries for me to actually get into the heart for you to see something. I was a little bit nervous about cutting into something important, but after a few attempts, I got what I wanted to see. I had to go a little bit higher up too. I think I was just missing the very top of it. Oh, I forgot to mention it's March 20th, 2018. Sorry. I know it says on the paper, but I forgot to say it at the beginning of the video. I think this is actually the hardest part about this video, is getting into this this part of the heart. Okay, so now we actually have it open. I did end up spilling some fluid, so my boyfriend had to wipe it up for me. Okay, so here I'm giving you a close-up, but it's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to have the flashlight turned on in just a second. Oh, my cat wanted to jump up. Go down, please. Okay, so here I'm opening it up. You can see a lot of the papillary muscle with the chordae tendineae. Those string-like structures are the chordae tendineae, and the protrusions in the muscle is the papillary muscle. There's also a very thick wall here. The left side has a very thick wall. I'm trying to open it a little bit more so I can see the bicuspid valve. Like I said, the actual pulmonary artery and veins were a little bit hard to tell because it was so smushed, but I'm just getting a better look inside. Now I'm taking my blunt probe and I'm actually putting it through the top, the artery that's located above the left atrium, and I'm pushing it through so that you can see where it actually connects. Right here, you can see where it flows through. I even pushed it through the bicuspid valve so you can see how it moves from the left atrium to the left ventricle. A little bit difficult to see, but if you just follow the probe down. Then I'm going to flip the heart over and I'm going to make a cut on the right side of the heart so we can get a good look at the superior vena cava as well as the aorta. This side was also hard to get into. There was a very thick muscle in the middle, which I believe was the tricuspid valve. So in cutting down, it does take me a second to get it open. Again, a little bit of fluid, so I had to have my boyfriend wipe it up again. So it's a very messy dissection, probably one of the messiest that I have done. I'm going to take the scalpel again. I'm going to follow along the incision, try to get it a little bit deeper. Okay, here I'm actually getting into it so you can see a little bit better. Hopefully I'll have it open. Sorry, I'm watching along the video with you, so it does take a little bit longer than I think. It flew by when I did the dissection, but when I'm watching it here, it's a little bit different. Okay, so pulling it open, like I said, there was that very thick muscle on this side. The right side does actually have a thinner amount of muscle than the left side, but the tricuspid valve was the hardest part to get past. I accidentally cut a little bit too far as well, so it kind of pulled the halves apart, but you will get a view of the inside. Hopefully I'll be able to point out the right atrium and the right ventricle. So at the very top, just below my thumb, you can kind of see the right atrium. And then moving down a little bit is the right ventricle. Like I said, a little bit smushed, hard to see, but there aren't any papillary muscles or chordae tendineae on this side of the heart. It's also got that very thin side, like I told you. And then I'm taking my blunt probe and I'm going to push it through the superior vena cava first, so you can see where the oxygen poor blood enters the heart. Enters through superior vena cava and goes through the right atrium and then the right ventricle. So you'll be able to see that pathway. I couldn't find it on the top, so I ended up having to go through the atrium, but that's okay. I do get it through here at the top. So you can see right there is where it opens. And then if I pull it open a little bit, you can see kind of the blunt probe, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the inferior vena cava, but it doesn't have an opening on the heart, so it kind of just stays there, but you can see it's towards the bottom of the right atrium. And then I decided to look through the aorta. So I pushed it through the aorta, which was the only visible valve that I have, and the aorta is actually meets with the left side, so you can kind of see it all the way through. It's not quite the right side, but that's where I got the best view of it. And then pulling that out, I believe that is it. So thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed this dissection, and I will see you next week.